welcome to Leah's Corner. Today we will be making borscht. Borscht is a soup that originates in Russia and is pretty much enjoyed all around the world. I grew up eating borscht. My mom made it almost every week. So today I'd like to share with you my recipe. So first I will be chopping my onion. What I will be using today is onion, carrots, potatoes, celery, beets, and 1 garlic. And also I have here chopped tomatoes, tomato paste, bay leaf, chicken stock, and over here I have cabbage, dill, and a little bit of beef, chuck roast, stewed beef meat. You could completely make this vegetarian by omitting the beef, and instead of chicken stock or beef stock using vegetable stock, you could completely make this vegetarian and just make those couple changes. So today I will be chopping the onions, but before I get started, I'm going to ask one of my friends, Paulina, to come help me. So Paulina, could you grate some carrots for us, please? How's this? So I've peeled my beets. I would say cut your beets. Peel your beets before you cut your beets. So I have my pot here and I'm adding a little bit of vegetable oil. And we're going to cook these onions. If you can see, the beets gave a little bit of a red color to the onions. The beets are gonna dye everything in this soup red. So cook your onions for a couple minutes until it's translucent and a little brown and ready to add some other ingredients in there. I would say about maybe like 2-3 minutes. So while this is cooking, let me look at the beets and the carrots. This is what shredded beets will look like. Shredded beets and carrots. I believe the carrots are on the bottom here. Yes, we're going to toss this in right as soon as these onions are a little browned. So the onions are brown and good to go. We're going to add the carrots and the beets in here. Now, really, I would say add as much carrots and beets as you like. I personally have 3 carrots here, I believe. We did grated 3 carrots and 3 beets. So what I'm doing right now is cutting potatoes. The way I like to cut potatoes is into little cubes, somewhat like this. So the way I do that is I'll cut it into 2 little lines, and then I'll just chop it into small little squares. So now I'm going to toss the tomatoes in here. Carefully, very carefully, toss the tomatoes in, mix it. And now I'd like to ask my friend to come back and help me with a little bit more chopping. Life is always more fun with a friend. So after I put the celery in, maybe we can toss in the tomatoes. Do you want to toss in the tomatoes? Yeah. Let's toss it in. Now? Yes. And then also the tomato paste, I believe, is there. Yeah, right here. So I put 1 can of chopped tomatoes and 1 small can of tomato paste and give it a nice mix. So I have here some beef stew meat, chuck roast, I believe it's called. It's already, I bought it chopped into little pieces. So I've washed these pieces and had it dry. I'm gonna put a couple pieces in here. Again, if you wanna make this a vegetarian soup, you can completely skip this portion. Here I'm gonna use a little bit of chicken broth. Now I've used vegetable broth, beef broth. I kind of tend to use what I have on hand at home. Right now I have chicken broth on hand, so I'm using chicken broth. But again, use your favorite broth. Want a little bit of salt in here. This is sea salt. It may look like I'm using a lot, but sea salt tends to be a little less salty. So that was sea salt, a little bit of black pepper. Our soup has been boiling for about 30 minutes. Now this is the last step to our soup. So I have a cabbage here. We're gonna chop half of this cabbage. We're gonna shred it. So let's see what our soup looks like. It smells amazing. I cannot tell you, like, I can smell the beets, I can smell the carrots. It just smells so amazing in here. So this is what the soup looks like. We're gonna toss this in, and this will shrink down, kind of like spinach. It feels like a lot right now, but it'll shrink down a little bit. I love a lot of cabbage, so I'm going to put in all of this, but you can use half of that. If you don't care for cabbage too much, just use half of that. Don't even worry about it. It's your soup. You can do it however you'd like. So I'm going to let this cook down for another 5 minutes or so. And while that is happening, I'm going to chop this beautiful dill. This is a very important step. I feel like dill is a must. You can't skip this step. Dill gives the soup such great flavor. So let's see. Chop down some of this dill. It seems like a lot of steps, but once you make this soup, you won't regret it. You'll probably have it all week, and the longer it stays, the better. I bet you, promise you, on day 2, it's going to be amazing. You're going to love it even more on day 2 than right when you make it. We need a little more salt, so let's add a little more salt in here. Again, it looks like I'm adding a lot of salt, but this is sea salt. And then if you like a little bit of a kick, add a little more pepper. And then now we're going to toss in our dill. And going to grab my ladle, kind of mix everything around, give it a nice mix. Look at how amazing this looks. I can't tell you how wonderful it smells. Can you smell it? It just smells like beets, carrots, a little bit of garlic. I can't wait to eat this. It looks amazing. So while I was waiting for the cabbage to kind of cook down, I added the rest of the chicken stock. So I wanted it to be more brothy and soupy, so I added whatever chicken stock I had left from my second can of chicken stock. So again, it depends on you if you like it brothy or thick. I tend to like my soup very brothy. So this is now ready. I'm going to ask my friend Paulina to come back and try, be my soup tester, and tell me what she thinks.
That looks so good.
If Paulina likes the soup, then I think I have made the cut for making borscht. So let's see. Here's some soup for you. And you cannot have borscht without some sour cream.
That's absolutely true. You must not ever.
It's a violation. You will be fined if you have borscht with no sour cream.
By Russian militia.
Russian standards, you have to have sour cream. Let me know if you want more.
Yeah.
It's very hot, be careful.
God, it's so good. Wow. Wow.
So I passed the Russian test, I guess, for the soup. And of course, you're gonna come across some of the bay leaf in the soup. Just take it out. It's very normal.
Yum.
Just take it out, toss it out. So here you have it, borscht.
Wow.
What do you
yeah,
think, Paulina?
so
You want to give us some feedback?
good. Definitely I will. It's amazing. It's amazing. Any soup you always cook, it's the best. Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like I passed the test for making our Russian soup. Now,
I love it.
even though this soup is famous in Europe and mainly Russia and Ukraine, through immigration, this has become very famous in different parts of the United States. And I have to say, people everywhere really enjoy this soup.
Especially people here.
Look at how amazing this looks.
God, it's so good.
Now, if you absolutely hate sour cream, we forgive you. You can skip that step.
Wow, it's amazing.
It's hot is what it is. Perfect soup for the winter. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending the time with us. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try this at home. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. I hope you like it. Thank you.